It's your girl Candy J with another episode of Candyology. Oh my God, I have missed you guys. Listen, it's been a crazy month, and I am so sorry. I'm so sorry to the people that like watching the show. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. So, listen. First of all, we're at the end of August. August has been a crazy month. September, though, I have 3 shows lined up for you already, and I might add one more, just because it's gonna be a different type of month. It's Sexual Health Awareness Month, and so I got some things to talk to you guys about. But you know what? I'm trying to share. Oh, okay. So I see it's up, so I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Yeah. But so, guys, listen. Sexual Health Awareness Month. Sorry, y'all. There's some things happening. A little few malfunctions in the studio today, but it's okay.
My bad.
Sexual Health Awareness Month is September. PCOS Awareness Month. If you've watched the show ever, you've heard me talk about it. And if you've watched You Gotta Meet Her, Christine Behe. Shout out to Christine Behe. I was on her show. She's been on my show. We had a in-depth conversation about PCOS because I live with it. So I will be talking about that in September as well. But today's show is... Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. Let me rewind. Excuse me. So, my name is Candy J. I am a clinical sexologist, relationship, and sex coach. I focus on putting the oohs and the ahs back into your relationships. I do this by fostering better communication, and today's topic is definitely about that because we're talking about love languages. I offer one-on-one counseling for dating couples, for married couples, premarital counseling. I actually threw 2 together, Texas. You get $60 off of your marriage license if you go through me, and I do offer a program for that. I talk about dating after divorce. So there are so many different things that I specialize in. So go to candyologycs.com and you will definitely see all of the services that I offer. So, but today's conversation is with, again, Mr. Lavation. Hello, sir.
How y'all doing?
What it do, boo? How you do?
I'm doing all right. Another day, another dollar. It's a good time to be with the living.
Absolutely. Wait, the key word is living? Yeah.
Right.
That part.
Right. It's people out there. People out there dying, they ain't never died before.
So, right. Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
Wait.
True.
Wait a minute. Okay. So.
No lie.
The last time that you were on our show, we were kind of talking about old school, new school dating, and you came with some stuff, sir. You came with some good stuff.
I came with some logic. Yeah, it didn't have to be a bunch of emotional stuff. That was my big deal. We didn't need it.
Well, we're definitely going to dive into some emotional stuff today.
We got to, don't we? I guess we got to. I guess that's the way it happened.
Because the key thing about it is love languages, right? Love is an emotional thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Wait,
I agree.
So for the people that have never seen the show or known that you were on the show, can you tell them a little bit about you and what you do?
Well, I have my own podcast as well too, Lavation, and I don't base a lot of relationship things off of emotion. I think more or less you should go into it logically. Make sure that you can be a partner with someone and a friend and a companion before you introduce a bunch of emotion.
So you don't think that friendships are about emotions too?
No.
And why?
Because at the end of the day, you need to study your friend and make sure that's your real friend and y'all compatible and that y'all actually gonna work together as friends. Our friendships are partnerships too.
I I agree. I definitely agree that all
Absolutely.
friendships are partnerships, but I love every single person that I call my friend.
You grown to love them.
Exactly.
You didn't first meet them and said, I love you so much.
No.
Exactly.
Right.
So leave the word love alone until you see that, I guess, you love them.
But so how long do you think that somebody should be involved with, be your friend, until that turns into romance?
I don't know if it's a time limit. That's up to you. If you feel like you love somebody, who knows when they loved someone. And I think you can have more substance without love. Love can come later on. You can get that later on.
Define the word substance to you.
Substance? Y'all can, if y'all do more things together. Say if you have your friend, if y'all go do something and let's say something happened to you, your friend was more responsible and made sure you was okay. That's a good friend. They don't have to love you to have the common sense to say, I need to help my friend out. Or it's just like a random person that'll help out a pedestrian. They don't have to love them to help them. Just natural people do things like that, and it's okay.
So when do you think that love comes into play?
I've never seen when love comes to play. Unless it's a schedule that I've never seen. I've never heard of anybody saying, this is the exact day I love them.
But you know what you feel, right?
That's a feeling. Right, so do you know exact day you fell in love?
Not necessarily do I know the exact date that I fell in love, but I can tell you, sometimes I can tell you when I knew that I loved someone. This is a different feeling. So that's why I'm wondering, like, when do you go from logic to, oh, I love you? How does that process work in your head?
It's hard to explain things that come natural. Think about it. If you find somebody that you saying you can partner with, y'all go through this journey of life that y'all have and meshing both of your journeys adequately and say, hey, we can actually work together to do this, the love will come later on. It's fine. It'll come on its own. It's not a plan. You can't plan to love someone. Okay. I don't see how that happens.
Okay, and I don't mean a plan. I don't think that you have to have a plan. Like,
right, because you keep saying like how you know.
Wait. I don't feel like, okay, I met you on May 1st. By December 1st, I'm gonna be loving you.
Right, like 6 months or a year.
I don't see that, right?
No, it's not. It's not a time on it. I mean, if you just think about married couples that've been together 50 years, at first they probably didn't love each other, but they knew how to work together. Then eventually, as time goes, yes, they don't want to be without that person. And like me and you discussed before, we discussed the word obligation, and we had to look that word up to find out what obligation meant. And you know what I'm saying? When you obligate yourself, that means you're making a choice within, because you have free will. You're making a choice to say, you know what, I'm gonna make sure this person is okay. And it's okay to make that choice.
But at what point, this is the point I'm trying to make, at what point do you flip over?
I cannot give you that answer. There's no answer to that.
There's got to be a road to it, right?
I have no idea if it is a road to it. I didn't build the road.
So let me ask you this. Let's make this more personal for you, right?
Why?
Because I'm trying to get an answer out of you, right? So
you're asking me the same question, but in a different way.
Exactly.
Okay.
But I want you to explain because you're not explaining, right? So what I'm asking is, so have you ever been in love with someone?
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you know?
No, actually, it was just you can't call it love because there's no definition for it. It's a feeling, right? Do y'all call it a feeling? Right. So me having a feeling made me make bad decisions.
Bad decisions?
Yeah. Me having a feeling is the reason why I have a son now.
That's a blessing.
But how did he get here? Through a feeling, because I was like, this is the woman I want to get pregnant. He was planned. My son was planned. I meant that. You know what I'm saying? So he's here for a reason. And my plan was to have my child be married and all that because I loved someone. But she wasn't ready, and I had to be logical. So I had to push love away and see what's best. So when you come to a rational decision and be like, you know what, this is not healthy for me, nor will be my child, you have to make that right decision, and that feeling has to be fixed and put on hold for life. Because when it gets serious, when life gets serious, some feelings have to be pushed aside, and now we have to make a choice as adults. Hey, why ain't this working? Why isn't this working? And how can we fix it? And if we can't come to a solution, then we have to separate.
So I agree with almost everything that you said.
I know you almost agree with everything I'm saying.
So I don't feel like you made bad choices, because at the end of the day, I
made a bad choice.
Okay, but why do you say that you made a bad choice?
Well, I could say because, I didn't do enough. I went off of feeling first, you know what I'm saying? First it's visual, then I was like, heck yeah, this is it. Yeah, I'm going to make this work. And it didn't work. And you try to use that love. You're not going to have enough substance. Look, a feeling will run out. You feel angry, but eventually you get over it. You feel sad, but eventually you get over it. Some emotions are temporary and they're very shallow. So that's why I say you gather substance and logic, then everything else is just icing on the cake.
Okay.
You got to make your cake first.
So, and before we dive into the love language, so look, what's the progression, right? So you say you got to be friends and have substance, and then what's the next step?
I mean, I don't know how other people go in order. This is just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm asking.
But friendship, companionship, and if y'all want to take into a relationship, that's up to y'all. Okay. But still, a relationship doesn't mean that you're in love. It does not mean that.
I didn't say that. I'm just asking.
So you're saying that you're both compatible partners. Y'all are willing to do this together. So that's the establishment of a relationship. Y'all are deciding to sacrifice for each other. So to be obligated to each other. There go that word that you don't like. So once y'all decide to be obligated, you know what I'm saying, it becomes natural. Everything is more or less natural. Some people think love is something that you have to do, or some people say, oh, it's an action. No, love is whatever love is going to be. Leave that feeling over there. At the end of the day, if this is your woman and you feel like you're obligated, I know you hate that word, obligated to that woman, you will do what you have to do. If you're saying that you're obligated.
So at what point do you become obligated?
I can't give you that because it happens.
Okay.
See, when you force things, and most times forced things are out of emotion, it doesn't work out. So if you stay logical and be like, you know what? Yeah, let me do that.
Interesting.
Okay. Be obligated.
Okay.
I know, oh, you hate that word.
Because the
it's
word
so obvious.
Because the word obligated makes it seem like a chore.
No, you feel that way.
A lot of people feel that way.
No, you do.
A lot.
Let's look up obligated. Let's look up obligated, dude. Let's let everybody know what obligated means.
Okay, we can,
before we go.
We can talk about obligated, and the Webster's dictionary version of obligated.
Oh wow,
says,
Webster. We're going to Webster.
It says bind or compel someone, especially legally or morally. The second definition says commit as security. As an adjective, it says restricted to a particular function or mode of life, often contrasted with facultative. Interesting.
Look that word up.
So, and then derivative says obligator, right, which is a noun, in the sense bound by law. So, in this particular definition, because this is not the same one that we looked up.
Right, it sure isn't. It's totally different from what we looked up.
Actually, totally different. It says bind or compel, commit as security.
But I mean, commit as security makes sense. I mean, being secure and everything.
Obligated can mean that you have to do something because the law or the rules say that you do. So
that's just an example,
right? So in the sense,
it's
like you have to do this thing.
Well, then if your wife is an obligation, you have to be at home, or no?
Okay, if that's the rule
or no,
that you set up for your relationship,
or you don't want your man to come home.
No, we're.
So if
Are
your
we talking
man,
about me, or are
if
we
your
talking about
man
women?
is obligated, that's anyone. I would hope they man to come home unless he works a certain job where he can't, or if he driving trucks over the world or something, or whatever the case may be. If he travel as he work, but at the end of the day, if that husband is obligated to that wife, he will make sure that his wife, and he got to be obligated to his family, and his family is taken care of. You don't have to be in love to do that. That's a
I would
moral
hope that if you
standing.
would
That's a
marry
moral
somebody,
standing.
that
Right.
you would
You
be
would
in
do
love
that.
with
Right,
them.
right. No, you don't
No.
have to be in love. There you go. Oh my God. You don't have to be in love. You have to make.
But Patricia, let me ask this question. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. He was doing something over there. So, when you think about obligated, what comes to your mind? Is that marriage or relationship driven when you think of the word obligated, or do you think it's more of like, oh, I gotta do this thing?
It's not a gotta.
Well, for me, obligated, that means, it almost means forced, or
Thank you.
I am obligated to take care of.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, but okay.
She doesn't. If I want to do it, and I know
It's a choice.
it's a choice. Yeah.
Obligation is a choice.
And I choose
I don't
to do
have to
this,
be
but-
obligated. I was obligated to come to this show because it means that I need to come to this show. I need to come.
But you were committed.
I was committed to come.
You're committed.
Goes
For
with
him,
commitment.
it's commitment.
Right. That's
Okay.
an obligation.
And I can see
Like
that.
if you obligated to someone, you're gonna have to be obligated to what they want and need, and you're gonna have to, and that's a choice.
Okay.
All of this is a choice,
Perfect segue.
right?
Perfect
Okay. Does it
segue.
make it easier?
Perfect
If
segue,
you make
right?
the choice of being obligated, you have to make. That's all a choice. Like I'm gonna make that choice that, okay, I'm giving this person what they need, what they want, and you're gonna have to. You willing to deal with whoever that person may be, whatever their faults may be, whatever. You're obligated to them,
So
and
kids,
only them.
obligation to kids. To
Absolutely.
be a parent and to be the best.
That you
Take care of
obligated.
the kids.
Absolutely.
Got it.
If you
Got it.
can't make that educated decision to say I'm obligated to my kids, you didn't need none.
Exactly.
You didn't need none. And at the end of the day, some people get mad about that. They be like, "Oh, I got to do this." Well, it's common. You're obligated to do
You're
that.
obligated to them.
So if you saying,
I can respect it. I was just trying to get him to see that most people don't think of the word obligated in a relationship.
That's
They
sad.
Think commitment.
they think of a commitment.
it's the same thing.
Okay,
It is.
Just
but
another word.
but when you say obligated, it
It's
sounds
the-
like you're forcing them to do it.
How can I force you to be obligated to me? Make that make sense.
So, for instance,
Can you answer that question directly?
For instance, sometimes people manipulate people into doing things that they don't necessarily want to do, right?
Okay.
So it's like forcing you to do that.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so we'll move on though.
Absolutely not.
So love languages. It was a perfect segue because you said when you're obligated to someone, right, in a relationship, you are going to cater to their wants and their needs. This is something that you just said, right? So love languages, if you guys have never heard of love languages, it's an awesome, amazing book by Gary R. Chapman. He writes about it's 5 love languages for relationships, 5 love languages for singles, for couples, for teenagers, for children, for
Get
men.
deep.
Like he has books on books on books on books, y'all.
deep.
So if you've never read it before, go
Real deep.
read it. It is amazing. And I also teach a course called Be Presidential in the Bedroom. I know. What are you like? What love languages is it? Yes, absolutely. Because
Don't be Bill Clinton.
Be Presidential in the Bedroom has a segment in there that talks about love languages.
Right.
And so today, maybe once a year, I take the love languages test. There's a 5lovelanguages.com. You can go there and take the test, right? And so today I took it again just to see what it was going to say, if anything changed. And what's amazing is nothing really changed. One of the two flip-flops, right? So in the 5 love languages, it's
They're not that far off.
physical, touch, quality time, words of affirmation, acts of service, and receiving gifts. And in this conversation, we're going to break that down, right? But at the very top of mine, guys, is physical touch was 37%.
Just lay your hand on people.
Okay. Quality time is 33%. Okay. Words of affirmation was 13%.
You did a great job.
Acts of service was 10%, and then receiving gifts was 7%. So the further down that they are, why are you handing me?
Well, you took that
That's
pretty
my
well.
gift?
Mm,
Okay, all
receiving
right,
the
great.
gift.
At the
Did good. You did great.
and something that I say in the course all the time, and I think Gary Chapman has said something about it on podcasts as well. Your emotional love language and the language of your significant other may be as different as Russian is to English. So literally, Elevation, we can be sitting here and ¿cómo se llama?
We're not even finna get there.
Right. So I was speaking Spanish and he was speaking English, right?
Absolutely.
So it could be totally different. But the point of the love languages is that if you know your partner's love language, it is easier to fulfill those needs and wants that they have.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I just said okay.
Your face.
I just said okay. I am listening. I'm listening
everything.
just like everyone else. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
So let's talk about the first one. You know what? I'm going to start at the bottom because it's the lowest to the highest. For
Okay,
me.
that's fine. That's fine. Let's do it that way. That's cool.
So, receiving gifts. What do you know about the love language for receiving gifts? What does that mean to you?
I mean, you just gotta buy somebody something they feel okay.
Wrong.
I mean, that's what I think. It sounds so shallow. Receiving gifts. So what? You'll get upset at her, and you buy a gift. She good? Is that what that is? I don't know. I might be lost. Right on cue.
So usually, people that like receiving gifts, it's the way that they receive love. They want to feel loved by you giving them the gifts, and it usually doesn't matter the value of the gift.
Sounds materialistic.
It's all, but it's a little different
It can get bad.
It doesn't matter the value. It could be. You see how you just handed me this hand sanitizer?
You didn't care for it.
I didn't care for it
You
because
was
my
not
love
excited.
language is not receiving gifts.
You was not excited about me giving you
on.
hand sanitizer, and I'm thinking about your safety.
My love language is
You
not
should
receiving
appreciate
gifts, though.
that I thought about your safety.
So is receiving gifts the way you show love?
Absolutely not. I could care less.
Right. But you could care less if you are giving it or receiving it, right?
What, the gift?
Yeah, because here.
Yeah, I'd take the gift happily.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you everything you need to say that I love my gift.
So usually people that like to receive gifts, it's usually about the thought behind it. So there was no thought.
I can't say that, man.
There's
some
thought
people
behind
that like gifts, but it get extreme. I think I'm just not into that. I can't.
Yeah, but you're not into it. Mm-mm. But the people that like to receive gifts, it strengthens the bond and builds a deeper connection for them.
You strengthening a bond through a gift. Mm-hmm. So if somebody stopped gifting you, the bond disappears. Right?
Not necessarily.
So you're still, if you like people to gift you and somebody stops, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be friction.
This is
because
true.
If they're making a bond off a materialistic thing, and that person, I guess, maybe slows down.
But that's.
I mean, it's a big gray area, you know.
It's a gray area, but it's also a little bit defined. So I have a best friend that her love language is definitely receiving gifts, right? And so, but if you give her a Prada bag, she's gonna say thank you and keep it pushing, right? But if you give her a handwritten card and tell her all of the loving things that you like about her, and in that card is to her favorite purse store, so let's say it's Coach, if it's to her favorite purse store, then that means more to her and than you just giving her a little old Prada bag. Okay.
Wow. Okay. It still turns down to a materialistic thing.
I mean, and that's great. That's your opinion, right?
Right.
Because it's also not your love language. You could care less about gifts. Now, here, me.
I can care less about product.
That's an example.
Right. Absolutely. I totally agree.
Example, right?
Totally agree.
But so, even though my love language is not receiving gifts, I'm a big gifter though. But it comes from my heart. I will take out the time to know your favorite colors. And if I know that you like, let's just say I had the money to buy you your favorite car, I would go and find your favorite car in the favorite color and purchase that thing for you. If I know that your love language is receiving gifts, and that's going to be everything to you, because why? I put in the time, the thought into it, but that's not your love language.
Yeah, that's if I needed a car. Right. I understand.
Yes, if you needed a car.
That's
right?
cool. Yeah.
So
somebody would be elated for that.
And with that, you want to focus on meaningful things, though. If your person's love language is receiving gifts, you want to focus on meaningful shit.
I mean, if you're gonna give somebody in substance, you know, like you said, a card or something, that's cool. You know, if when you have people that's like a gift, you gotta watch them, because if you once you keep up with something, once you do something, you got to keep up with it. And if you're not willing to keep up with a person who accepts gifts, do not get involved, because the hunger comes. So I mean, even when they get upset, they want a gift. If you do something wrong, they want a gift. That's how I see gifters.
So but it could be something simple. And that same person that I'm talking about, she likes flowers too. So like,
now we killing plants. Jesus.
But giving gifts, so you want to avoid, if you're a person that likes to receive, that has somebody in your life that likes to receive gifts, you want to avoid giving gifts without any enthusiasm and without any thought behind it, for real. Don't forget a special holiday or an occasion. That's a problem.
I hope she have a calendar.
Now, listen.
He too.
I don't care if you give me gifts, but there are only two holidays that I care. And
please don't say Valentine's.
One of them is Mother's Day.
Okay.
And the other one is my birthday. That's a holiday. Aries. Aries Nation all day. Y'all know I don't hide when my birthday is. It is March 26th.
April 3rd.
We celebrate. Yes, he's an Aries too. We celebrate all month long.
No.
I receive gifts all month long if you want to send me some gifts. But that's the only time, those 2 dates are the only times that I really care if I get something.
I like to go fishing.
So
you ain't gotta give me nothing. I just go catch me a fish.
So
why did me like that?
So
why did me like that?
I'll skip to what you just said though. I'll skip to quality time. So let's talk about quality time.
You don't have to go with me.
Huh?
They don't have to go with me if they don't want to go.
I mean, I just wanted to go there because, like, you know, I like segues into stuff, right?
I was surprised when they said quality time. I don't know.
I think you like quality.
I don't think the test was actually accurate. I'm not a big quality time person. I will spend time, but like, I don't know. You know, I guess it got to be something. It got to be something interesting. You know, I don't mind quality time, but I have to be. We can sit and chill. It's no big deal. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like somebody constantly around you. You know, I don't feel like I constantly need somebody around me. Because everybody wants their space sometime. Everybody needs the time to break away, think about it a little bit. But me, shit, man, we can go kick it. You know, it's no big deal. It can just be us two. I don't know. I don't know about the quality. When they say quality time, I'm like, do I really spend time with people like that? It's a good question. I'll have to figure that out.
So
tune in next time. We'll figure that out.
So usually people that like quality time, I'm a big quality time person.
Right. Yes, you are.
Now let me help you out a little bit. With people that like quality time, it's your undivided attention. It's your active listening. It's your full presence in the moment and having meaningful conversations. We can spend 30 minutes of quality time together and have a meaningful conversation, and that's fulfilling my need. But we could also spend 2 hours sitting on the couch watching TV or a movie or listening to music, and that still fulfills my quality time need, because I don't have to be in a conversation with you all the time, the whole time.
Just being a presence?
Just being around you, being in your presence. It
Well,
means
okay,
everything.
that makes sense. Because I was thinking more like, if they say quality time, that you two are like planning to go do something or something.
Not necessarily.
And I'm like, if they just in the house, isn't that quality time? But everybody quality time is different too.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might want to have a discussion. Some people might want to do an activity, and they say that's quality time, especially if it's something they're interested in.
Right.
So-
Because we could go. Oh my God. And I'm trying to fulfill my friend's need, and I promise you, I'm going to do it one day. She loves to go hiking. I hate hiking.
Hiking is like, if you ain't never been hiking, you need to do it.
I hate it.
Why?
But she likes to do it.
You probably didn't have the right combat boots.
Oh God! I don't mind being outdoors, but all that going up and down hills and trails and
It's amazing. What? You tripping?
But I'm also the same person that
Leave that city alone. Okay?
will go sit in a picnic. Go get a picnic basket and sit outside and eat. And I can do that. That's quality
Just
time.
because you're
to me.
stationary. You just don't like going out and getting in the wilderness. Everybody's not for the wilderness.
There's mice.
So
there's
what? Mice?
tarantulas,
That's all you think about is
there's
mice?
ants.
Okay.
There's big giant birds.
All right.
There's
I mean,
and the list goes on. There's worms,
they're guns.
caterpillars,
You know.
beetles, and
Tents.
Okay.
They have beds that sleep off the floor. You could do. There's a lot of things you could do, to avoid, the outside.
Right, this is true. However, quality time for me
I like camping.
means more about those meaningful conversations and just spending time. Yes. So camping.
So what if your
I would-
man likes to camp?
I would
You
go
gonna
camping.
No, you
but
wouldn't.
not all the time.
But if he likes to camp, if that's like something you want to do once a month, that means you're doing it 12 times a year.
Then that's fine. I'll go 12 times a year, but you're not gonna get me to go once a week. You're not gonna get me to do that.
What if it's tradition?
Once a month, maybe. Yeah. See, I'm meeting you halfway, right?
That's not halfway. What if they
Oh,
want
hell
more?
yeah! For
What
a
if they
girl that don't
twice a
like
month?
bugs.
What if they go twice a month? I mean, what if they want to up it? You like, I found this new location. Nah, I'm just messing with you. But once a month is not bad.
Yeah, once I am willing. It's just don't ask me to go every
You're
week.
going to be so snobby about that one time, you're not going to even be happy. You're going to dread that whole time that day is coming.
Maybe
Yeah.
the first time.
The second time,
But
the third
but you have
time.
to. For me, I have to get used to something. So the first time I might dread it. The second time I'm like, okay, babe, what we packing? What is it?
Well,
What
you
we
know what
need?
to do then. You know what to do. You know what to do then.
So guys, things to avoid for quality time, people. Don't be distracted while spending that quality time with your ooh.
You okay?
It is the worst thing. Patricia, aren't you quality time too? You're one of those.
Words about, that's my third.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's your third.
She don't need to be around nobody. I can
See, because the worst thing to me is we're having a conversation and you're doing.
See, I don't
What
do
if,
that.
what if that's important? Is something important though?
It's different if it's important. I'm talking about the whole damn time.
Oh, no.
You in front of me. It's supposed to be me and you.
What if it's their child or something? I don't know. I'm just coming up with lame excuses.
Nah, children are. I mean,
My
children
bad.
are different. We gotta cater to them too. So, but what I'm saying is, don't be on your phone the whole time. Don't be not paying attention. If we're having a meaningful conversation, don't be like, oh, zombies over here.
I would hope not. I mean, if you do see some, let me know so we can evacuate. Just move around.
Be present in the moment, right?
Oh my God, absolutely.
Okay. So we've talked about quality time. We've talked about receiving gifts, right? Let's talk about acts of service.
That's fine.
That's hers. That's hers. So
what's up with it? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Ash?
Acts of service, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Patricia, like, they can hear you, right? Like, or I don't know.
I can turn my mic on.
But what does it mean for you for acts of service?
I mean, for me personally, it's just more of, if you know that I have a lot of things to do, and you know that the floor needs vacuuming, and you know that the trash needs taken out,
Just a little help.
just help. Don't sit there and look at me like, why ain't get it done yet? Well, you got 2 legs too.
You better not tell me why I ain't got
See,
it done.
exactly. That's the part that upsets me, especially if you know that it needs to get done. Just jump in and help.
Right.
Instead
I'm
of
probably
waiting
busy
for me-
with something else.
Yes, and you
Right.
see that I'm busy.
95% of the
Right,
time.
I totally agree. So one of my one of my friends. No, I got to text someone's been hospitalized, so that just threw me off for a second. But one of my friends is definitely acts of service. So if you open the door for her while she's got a whole bunch of groceries in her hand, right, that part.
Thank you.
If
I didn't have to tell you to open the door.
mhm.
Thank God.
Now, see, acts of service is low for me, but I can tell you one thing that makes me so freaking happy, that you can take off of my plate. Go take care of my vehicle. I am terrible at taking care of my vehicle. I'll go get my oil change, go get vacuuming,
Something wrong with you.
something, and I will look. I mean, like, I'll be like, okay, when you want it? You want it right now? Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Over washing the car? To clean the car? Jesus. That means you can only imagine.
So, but for you, acts of service, like you said, that's your top one, right? Wasn't it? Or words of affirmation? Which one was it?
I think it was acts of service was number one. Then words of affirmation. Then what was the third one?
Quality time. You said.
Yeah, quality time, and then then it was
Yeah, we'll talk about receiving gifts and then physical.
yeah
touch was
receiving
last.
yeah physical touch was like yeah physical touch.
So when you think of acts of service for you, what can somebody do for you? I think I've asked you this question offline. What can somebody do for you?
And I could not give you an answer on that one either. I was like, I don't know, because unless I guess I'm very straightforward. All I can do is ask. At the end of the day, either you will or you won't. And if you don't, okay. I don't really sweat it. That's why I don't understand the test, because it's like you got scenarios and different. Because I mean, even the acts of service, you'll be like, okay, all right, thank you, and I don't know what else to say after that.
But
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want me to have a conversation afterwards or.
it just depends on what you want to say to them, right? Because if acts of service is your top one, then that should be the one that makes you just be like, okay, so I love you like this, I love you like this, I love you like that, I love you.
How can you see? That's the thing. I love you like this. It doesn't have to be a love thing. Why?
But
Why?
but remember in this conversation you said needs and wants of your significant other, right?
Right, but we're comparing it to love languages. So you have emotional languages, basically.
But a part of emotional languages is meeting those needs and wants. So, for instance, let's go back to this list for me, right? Physical touch and quality
That means you like
time.
touching people.
Physical touch and
That's what
quality
that means.
time are the top two. So
while you spending time with your person, you want to touch all over them.
So here's
That's what that means. That's exactly what that
means. Let me give you a
means.
scenario, right? Okay.
You invite somebody to your house. You invite somebody to your house. You're gonna sit so close to them, and you're gonna touch them. That's what's gonna happen. All right, look at you, ready to explode like the little girl. It's so fluffy. You know what I'm saying? So oh God.
I don't see, like, for me, like, if you're sitting next to me, right, that's enough, okay?
No,
That's enough.
you're gonna touch them. If
Right,
they in
because I'm
arm
sitting
length,
next to
right?
you.
They're in arm length. You're gonna touch them.
Right. So,
That's
for
your quality
instance,
time.
in one of my previous relationships,
Mm-hmm.
I would sit on the couch and put my feet next to him, and I already know where you go. Don't do it.
Do not, let everybody know. Do not put your feet on me. It's nasty.
We know.
It's disgusting.
It's okay. However, I would get out the shower, be on the couch, and he would be sitting all the way on the other side, and my feet could reach him, so my feet would be next to him, right?
Little legs.
And
Nothing.
my little legs. Yes,
Yeah.
I have little legs. Anyway, so
so
my feet would be on him, and he would immediately, because he knows I like physical touch, he would immediately start rubbing my feet. And that would be our quality time, just sitting there watching TV, and he would rub my feet. So also, guys, if you've ever watched the show, you know. Look at him. So but if you've ever watched the show, you know I also had 2 back surgeries.
Right.
So the other thing that he would do is I would go lay in the bed, and I would, without asking him, he would just start rubbing my back. Because, you know,
he seemed like a good guy. What happened? Yeah.
Anyway.
Good guys, keep it up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you the good things on purpose, because I don't want to taint you with.
I got you. We don't have to go there.
Right?
Black men don't cheat.
So, but we're talking about physical touch, right? So for somebody that loves physical touch, and their love language is physical touch, they like kisses, they like hugs, they like back rubs,
PDA.
massages. PDA.
Yeah.
It's a powerful emotional connector, I promise you.
Powerful emotional connector.
Mm-hmm. And if you're not down with the emotional,
you know how I am about the words. You're like, yeah, you're right.
We feel appreciated, and we feel love. And if you have a tendency not to touch somebody that is a physical touch person, they're going to start to feel like you don't love them. And that you don't care about them.
The problem is they want you to love them because you touch them, or you need to touch them.
It's pay attention to the small things, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Kiss me hello, kiss me goodbye, hug me hello, hug me goodbye. Get your dick sucked at the door. Get your dick sucked when you come back in.
How do we go from the hug, kiss, hug, to dick suck? How do we get the dick suck?
If you meet that physical touch need, you will get the sexual things as well from that person.
Sex is natural. It's okay. You should want to have sex with your partner. That's not a physical touch thing. That's just natural. That's normal.
But it's physical touch.
Right, but it's initiated when you want to.
But you can't have sex without physical touch. You can have intimacy without physical touch.
But that's wanting, but that's like, you know what I'm saying, the intimacy, I guess, as you call it. Having sex is not, if you planning it, I mean, yeah, by all means. But most of the time, it's not planned.
Right.
You're just having sex. And it's not, and you can't, that would make me like a toucher, right? What is it called? Physical touch. Because I like to have sex. It's no problem with having sex, but that doesn't mean I want physical touch all the time.
But by definition, no. Sex can be a part of that physical touch, but intimacy is not defined by sex. Intimacy is defined by meeting the wants and the needs of the person that you're with. And if that person is a physical touch person, I just told you a whole slew of things that don't have to do with sex. Kiss me hello, kiss me goodbye.
Sex.
Hug me? No,
Hugging?
It does not. Hugging me?
Kissing does.
No, because you can just give me a peck on the lips and I'm good.
Hell no. That'll make you moist.
No. Well,
The man kissing you like will make you moist.
Let me tell you what will make
I'm not
you
even
moist.
trying to hear it. That's a lie.
Kissing me on
You
the
finna lie.
forehead.
You finna lie.
Kissing me on my forehead.
It don't matter where that man kiss you. If you like him, you will get missed. You know what I'm talking about? So you cannot sit here and say
Kissing on
that.
my inner thighs.
So you
Kissing on my-
so now we debunked what you just said.
No,
sitting
I'm
here
just telling you
that
what I
kiss
like.
isn't sex. We just made it kiss sex just now.
I'm just telling you what I like.
I understand what you like, but at the end of the day, you know, those type of things lead to other things. I mean, especially it's physical touch.
But not if you just kissing me at the door, dude.
You gonna let me in?
Huh?
Or you gonna let me in?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let you into my house?
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, exactly. If I kiss you at the door, I'm coming in.
Okay.
So what's happening after that?
And we can
So
chill
we
on
gonna
the
play
couch
Monopoly?
and spend quality time.
You gonna play Monopoly?
Watching TV.
You know what's going on. Quit playing. You're cool.
We can smoke.
If I'm gonna kiss you at that door,
We can drink.
I'm gonna kiss, and then what? What's happening after that?
It don't have to be though.
This bullshit.
I swear to God that it does not have to be. Quality time and physical touch can be done without having sex.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can go home.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
You can chill on the couch and give me exactly what I need.
So, man, you like come in and kiss you in your mouth, and then y'all just gonna go in and have a smoke.
We can
Then
sit on
eat
the
some
couch and watch
edibles
TV.
and watch Netflix.
Hell
As they
yeah.
say nowadays.
Been
What
there,
is-
done that.
Netflix and chill? Yeah, that's what they call it.
No, because Netflix and chill means fucking at this point.
No, I mean, you can just chill. You
Unless
ain't gotta
you're
do nothing. You
doing
can still
actual
chill.
Netflix and chill.
Right, you can still just watch a movie and chill.
And so it
I
doesn't
do.
have to lead that way. Now, if we two consenting adults that state that this is where we gonna go, you make the move,
It's
then,
not planned.
I'm a ride on the way.
Unless sex is planned in which you say, hey, come over and give me that. That's the only way it's planned. Other than that, it's not really planned. If you're planning
Exactly.
it, that shit is not exciting.
So, dude, if you're knocking at my door, you come, you kiss me at the door. I'm like, okay, I got some food for you.
If a man come kiss you at their door, unless that's your husband, if a man come kiss you at their door, he's hitting that ass. So sorry.
He doesn't have to hit that ass that night, though. Maybe in the journey of our relationship, sure. But he does not have to hit that ass
All right, cool.
today.
When you come to know the kiss, you're comfortable enough to exchange everything else. That's exchanging fluids. Spit on somebody, you can get an assault
Oh my
charge.
God.
I'm just saying. Y'all just everybody giving away free kisses nowadays? COVID out there, y'all. Be careful. Everybody out here just giving out free kisses. It's cool. All right, cool. That's what's up. All right.
So So, and as I wrap up physical touch, just don't be cold to that individual. Don't neglect them and their needs. That's all. I'm gonna say on physical touch. Don't go
Real
long
talk.
periods of time with no intimacy. And again, intimacy does not have to lead to sex. You can just literally you can hold my hand and that will suffice for my physical touch need. You can kiss me on my forehead, hug me. When you leave, hug me when you come. That's physical touch.
Okay.
So it's amazing.
That's cool.
And those are
Well, my physical, see, this is where I kind of tripped out on physical. Well, you know what? It got to be something I like done, though.
like what?
I don't know. Oh, like, you know, I like my back to get done. You know, see if I got, and more than likely my back be clean, but just do it anyway. You know, it helps me go to sleep.
So you
And
like
that's
a
about the only
massage
thing.
on your back?
No, absolutely not.
So what do you want
See,
to be done to
I had an auntie, you know, God rest her soul, and she used to, you know, pick our backs, you know, chins, you know, like faces with the tweezers. That's about as physical as it get with me with physical touch. Like, that's it. So that would be what, an act of service?
That would be active service and a physical touch.
Huh. Well, I guess so.
They cross over.
Look, we
sometimes.
found out something.
It crosses over sometimes. Which, and I mean, my thing is, if that significant other has no problems with that, but if that's a need or a want for you, then she should have no problem doing that for you at all.
Right.
So,
So that's some physical touch. Then I'm on my way up. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm getting it there. You know, I'm getting there now. I'm having an understanding now. Yeah. So that's all I gotta do.
But here's the question though: her doing that for you, right?
Okay.
That fulfills your need. So, in return, if her love language is also physical touch, then the small things that she may ask you to do should be able to be reciprocated.
Feel like I'm being coerced.
Is that coercion?
Yeah,
Or
to
is
do
it
something that I don't
obligation?
want to do. So it's like, It's like you do my back, right? It's like you do my back, and then you're gonna back that. Hey. Hold my hand. I'm gonna be like, So I might not need my back done. I don't know. I mean, it feel like it's like it got to be a deal. I think that's cool. I think I'm being pressured. But like, if I want my back done, which is the act of service, that I have to adhere to the touch. Yep. That's what it seems like. That's not right. As the more I sit here and think about it, I'm like, this is some. It's almost
if she's
like
willing to do that for you, you got to meet her needs as well, right?
Whoa.
It's an obligation.
I thought we was doing things out of the kindness of our hearts.
We are,
over
but
here.
it's also an obligation.
That's if you obligated.
Anyways, let's move forward with
Jay-Z said.
words of affirmation. So I think you said this was your second one.
Yeah, that's
right?
my second one. Words of affirmation. I guess you got to tell me I'm doing a good job.
Okay. So is that the only words of affirmation? Like, great job.
I don't know.
King.
You don't have to call me king.
I'm just asking.
It's cool. Appreciate it. But I don't mind. But I don't mind telling people, hey, you look good today. That's no big deal to me. I mean, I don't think that's a lot of. I don't know. I don't know what you could physically. I mean, not physically. I don't know what you could say for me. I mean, if you recognize it, okay, cool. I'd be like, thank you. That's what's up. But I have learned as me getting older, to say thank you or I appreciate what you're doing. It's best to say that, and some people don't take that either. But I don't know what word to tell them because I can't read minds. So I try my best. I was like, hey, you're doing an awesome job.
So
that was great. Thank you.
I actually have a client.
I appreciate that.
I have a client that their top one, like. You know how my first one was 37%? Like his top one was 57%.
So that means he does a lot. I think if people need that much, like words of affirmation, he probably does so much that he counts everything. And those people are kind of no people. Because that means he does something and he expects you to be like, oh my God, thank you so much for that. Without you, this wouldn't have happened. And I think that's kind of crazy.
And one of the reasons why he was in therapy was because of self-worth too. So that has a lot to do with the reasons why he wanted words of affirmation. So his wife was actually struggling with that because she was like, well, I just feel like you should do those things anyway. And I had to, kind of give her some things to say.
So she was the problem.
No.
Yeah.
No, it was both of them.
Absolutely.
It was definitely both of them.
It's not like her.
Definitely both.
She didn't appreciate it.
He didn't have.
He's working hard.
Self-worth.
Out there done.
She was brought up by a man that said you should do X, Y, and Z for your wife without any questions. And because he didn't always do X, Y, and Z, then that was
he married that monster.
So, but all he really wanted though was for her to notice when he got his hair cut. Or to notice when he had gone to take the car to get an oil change. I
think he needs to leave her alone. She doesn't appreciate him.
I mean but there's a whole backstory, right? So you don't know everything, right?
Right. But from what I'm gathering, he should leave her alone. She's not good for him. She doesn't really care.
No, that actually turned out really well. But anyway, so he wanted to be told his hair looked good. I mean, notice the haircut. Notice he has a nice full beard. So notice when he got his beard trimmed. Notice when he got the oil change for her, or actually washed all the dishes for her. After she cooked or whatever. Just those the things of appreciation. So those are just examples of words of affirmation for you. For I love yous or some type of verbal encouragement.
Right.
So that you can feel understood. That's all.
That's cool.
Because we know, and this is, to me, this is straight up biblical because there is.
But you gotta tell people though. You gotta tell people. A lot of people have a problem with communicating. And if you want a specific thing, and it's very specific, just like a pet peeve. If like me, I don't like feet on me. I'm gonna be very specific and say, do not put your nasty feet on me, because I'll politely push them off. You know, and then you be looking like, why you do that? Because put your nasty feet on me. That's why I told you to do it.
Right.
But you know, if people be more specific and learn how to communicate what they want, and communication is real big. You can say you can have all these things, but a certain way of communication is totally different from just knowing. So I might know that, you know what I'm saying, you need touch, but at the same time, what type of touch? My initiation of touch may not be good for you. You're like, no, not that type of touch. I need this type of touch. And we need to learn and find out what we really want and what we're really trying to seek within ourselves and other people. So once we learn to communicate that, I think we'll be okay.
Right, and what I was about to say was the life and death is in the power of the tongue. So I can tear you down with a few words, or I can build you up with a few words. Right. So that, to me, that's all words of affirmation. I choose not to say that you stink. You know.
No, I'm all for telling you stink. If you stink, oh Jesus! Hey, you need to go get in the tub.
That's the way you should say it. And then
when you go get in the tub, I'm gonna leave.
What? Wait, you don't say.
First off, let everybody know we're adults, and there's no way that you. I mean, I understand that you may have come from somewhere, maybe. Who knows? You just came from somewhere, you just haven't gotten the tub. Understood. But, I mean, if you just sitting there funky, and I have to tell you to get in the tub, there's some lining issues. I'm going to politely leave.
Okay.
We're grown.
We are.
Okay, so let's turn this conversation sexual for 5.2 seconds.
Oh, shit.
So, we've had this conversation on an app that we're on, right? So,
we do not need to get that deep.
Let's turn it sexual for 5.2 seconds.
Okay.
So, how do you tell somebody?
How you tell them what, Candy?
Hold on.
How you tell them you funky?
No. I'm gonna use something else.
Okay.
How do
I was
you
gonna make that very easy for you.
How do you tell somebody that you do not please me? And let's go be more specifically. You do not please me orally. How do you tell them that?
Either try to teach and be patient, or find someone else.
But if they were lacking, how would you verbalize that to them?
Oh, how would I verbalize it? Like, grab her head, baby, suck it like this.
Okay.
Yeah, just teach her.
Okay, cool. See?
Just tell her how you want to suck it. I mean, you like, no, don't suck it like that. Go a little deeper, you know. Just grab the balls. Well, you know, pick them up every now and then, lick them. Yeah, you can't.
You can't miss those.
Yeah, you got to pick that dick up and get them suckers. You got to work it out.
Just like you need to make sure you get all the vulva when you licking it. Make sure that you get that clip real good and pull that hood back if you need to. Stick your fingers in if that's what you like as a female.
Make sure they're clean.
Exactly, so that you don't.
Especially guys, you have nails. Jesus.
Right.
So hold down there.
Yeah. All of that. So the difference is, so just like life and death, power of tongue. If I said, oh my God, you cannot eat pussy, you whack. Are you gonna want to come back and eat?
I'm not.
Right.
Actually,
that part.
I just stop eating pussy. At the end of the day, you know, I'm not even finna say that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Right. Let's leave that alone.
Absolutely, sure.
But so guys, as we begin to wrap up this conversation, because we can say our love languages all day, because I have notes and notes and notes.
Yeah,
and we'll come back and talk about it.
Let those love languages go and just be logical, people.
Just a little known fact, back in about 2010, the most common love language was words of affirmation. But now the most common love language is quality time. So,
well, after this pandemic, people got a lot of quality time.
to make up for it.
How did that love language work out?
Well, you know what? And some people really improvise.
A lot of people changed. A lot of people had to change and found out a lot about themselves in their relationships. Some, it brought them closer together. Right. Some, they grew apart.
And some winded up in my office because they realized that
this one shit. It was better when we were busier.
Exactly.
But see, they was living off logic and not love because they felt they could survive together at the end of the day. Yeah, love does not have enough substance to keep a relationship together.
Okay. So... I love you too, Elevation.
I just gotta miss
as we wrap this up, guys, I believe September 12th is going to be my next show. I have some great things for you, and I will be promoting. You know, I told you August was a little crazy, so that's why you ain't seen my face. However, things are much better, and it's not as busy. So,
that's something I have to say. Everybody, please be careful. There's a lot of people dying out here, especially close. Y'all, please be careful. Please take precautions of keeping yourself safe, whatever you can do, even if it is getting vaccinated or not. Your choice at the end of the day. But think about your kids, think about your family first, and also yourself.
Absolutely. You know, I will say that shout out to Sarah Tolbert, who is a part of director of Marriage Boot Camp. She lost her sister to COVID a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, our hearts, our prayers are with you. And if you know her, you know, just don't mind sending her a text or an email or just saying that you're thinking about her. You know, you never know how people are grieving, and just make sure you reach out, right?
Reach out.
So, guys, this has been another crazy episode of Candyology. Now, listen, Elevation has agreed to be a part of my show at least once a month.
My God.
So, let us know what topics that you would like to cover, and we will deliver. Trust and believe. So, I am wishing you love-filled days and orgasmic nights. Have a great day.